It is round 2 of the 2022 Texas State Disc Golf Championships. We're in Tyler, Texas at Lindsay Park playing the newly designed Thorn Disc Golf Course. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Holly Finley. Thanks, y'all. It's good to have you here again.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed round 1. Round 2 is going to be very exciting. We still have some really nice calm conditions. Today we get to watch Paige Pierce, who shot a 9 down yesterday, and that is blazing hot in the Texas sun. Catrina Allen, Kristin Tattar, and Missy Gannon only a handful of strokes behind. There's a lot of birdies out here. There's a lot of bogeys out here. Can't wait to see what happens.
All right, hole 1, par 3, 382 feet on this elevated, incredible green. This is such a way to start the tournament, and I absolutely love it. Most of the women are trying to get a birdie here. If you don't get close enough to the rocks, then it's probably a smart idea to lay up. The higher you can lay up, the better. That's just easier on the putt. I'd say that's about 16 feet in the air.
I think that is right.
It's intimidating.
Thankfully, during both rounds of the event so far, we've had a really nice calm flag at the top. Not a lot of wind, which we have grown to expect from Texas. It's been really nice getting some calmer conditions. I say that, and then the flag's blowing.
Wow, she sends it way up there. The distance it takes to, use that much distance in the air just to get to the green is incredible. It's only 382, but she probably threw a 450-foot shot.
Totally. Working that spike hyzer angle, trying to get it to stick instead of skip.
My new favorite thing is to see all of Katrina's new outfits.
Yeah, she knows how to coordinate, that is for sure.
Taking that hyzer approach, hanging it over the OB road, swinging back in. She'll have a decision to make. Lay up or go for it.
Third up on the box. Let's give it up for Kristin Tattar.
What a treat to watch her play this season.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how she attacks this course, especially with her distance sidearm. There's a lot of holes out there that call for the lefty backhand or the distance sidearm.
She's also taking that hyzer approach, swinging into the green.
And rounding out the box for 950 tee time. Let's get a big round of applause going for Missy Gannon.
Missy always also bringing the fit check.
Oh, I'm telling you, I was just thinking that. See how low she kept that, right over the edge of the OB. She'll be up there with a look at it as well.
Opting for the layup. And I always like that play on this hole. It does feel a little bit reckless when you're outside the circle to try to do anything crazy.
Another smart play, but that's okay.
You have these blocks. I think they're limestone blocks that go around, or maybe granite blocks that go around the outside of this. They're a little bit wide, so if you land on angle...
Ooh, how fortunate was that? Hit
what a good bid, too.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness. And then drop to the top level. What? Wow. Hello, Paige Pierce. Way to start it off strong.
I think she got that yesterday, too.
What a putt.
Back to back. She was one of only 3 on the day.
Something that world champs do. I mean, just the courage to go for it at the first hole and how far away she was. Very cool.
Huge.
Beautiful.
Stacy Ronsley and Chloe Alice also got that birdie on hole 1.
Kristin for her par putt. Oh no. Just didn't have enough arc to get over the rim of the cage.
Yeah, it's weird on these ones. You have to almost aim where the chain's attached to the top of the basket.
Exactly.
Let it flip.
Pro tip from Madison Walker. Write it down, use it tomorrow. Kristin now putting for a 4.
Again, this plate is one of the more difficult holes on the course, and I think it all comes down to it being hole 1. It's at 382 feet. It's definitely reachable, but still only 50% of the field with a birdie or better.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
Catrina's putting style. That goes low to high, so she opted for that overhand drop in. I think that's really smart.
Hole 2 is a wide open par 4. You want to throw at the out of bounds road as a right-hand backhand player. There is a string line all the way down the left-hand side. You want to avoid your disc skipping down towards that. Your second shot is hoping to land somewhere right by this big tree, giving you a little pitch up to the green so you can tap in your 3. The OB stretches away from the basket as you get further down there, so you don't quite have to worry about it unless you're getting really aggressive on your second shot. Yesterday, we saw Paige take a different line than the drone flew. She went hyzer towards the road and then a big hyzer around the outside of that group of trees that she's flying towards right now.
I like this. Ooh, that is scary, but I liked how flat it was. There for a second, I thought it might creep over into the road.
Yeah, that got a couple little Annie skips.
It's those clumps of grass in the sand. It's just doing crazy things. You can see Catrina's lining up towards that corner as well, letting the disc swing back into the fairway.
She gets her road skip.
Get up there. Get up there.
It happens so easily here. It's blind from the tee pad, so you can't quite gauge how far you can go.
Even though Missy saw Catrina go OB, she still sticks to her game plan, punches it towards the road, and ends up in the fairway. It's a great shot from Missy. I like how low it is. It doesn't look like it's over the road.
Really,
yeah.
Yeah, really trusting that disc to come back, even with that left to right crosswind.
Beautiful shot from Tattar. I'd say yesterday we had 0 wind, and today it feels like 5 to 10.
Mm-hmm. Compared to the last few weeks, it's great. It
Oh,
feels like almost nothing.
Absolutely. Catrina, she sends one all the way down there, almost pin deep, but she ends up in that shoal, so she'll have some work to do.
Missy playing right down to those trees that we saw on the
Oh.
try and fly over.
Little help from my friend.
And we get to watch Kristin throw a big sidearm here.
And I saw Kristin park a 380-foot hole last weekend with a sidearm, so she has more than enough distance to get there.
Holy cow. That was amazing.
Yeah, that she is. So she'll also be hung up in that bush, but she'll have a look at the basket. So Paige, she's up here in position to go around the backside. Look at this. Very similar to the drive on hole 1. That'll check up nice.
Just kind of went straight down there.
Missy lining up a sidearm approach to the green. There's some sand around there, so she's probably trying to get something close and not work the skip too much. That looks great. That's one thing that's tricky about these Texas State's greens is you can't count on there being a skip or no skip.
That's why my Thunderbird shots aren't working out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madison.
You never know what's going to happen because you can't see every sand patch.
A great chip out from Catrina Allen. She's super close to the basket. Kristin gets it within the circle, so she'll have a putt. Looks like she just chipped out with her pure. Get in.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
What a scramble that was.
This played as the most difficult hole yesterday on the course, but the FPO competitors figured something out here. It's played a lot easier today, averaging at just a half stroke over par.
Solid putt from Missy Gannon. I just love how much time Catrina took just lining up that putt that was, 15, 16 feet. It's
Going
just
through the
really
full
important.
routine.
Exactly. Really important to do that.
Yeah, those putts are just as important as those 35 footers that we take so long on.
Yeah, you don't need to rush. It's your turn. All right, hole 3. 464 feet, very low ceiling. You have to fly under these limbs that you see and then under this next set of limbs, all while hitting the tunnel. This is a very tough birdie hole. I feel like I've only seen one female get down there, and then she only had a circle 2 putt. So I'm not saying no one can get it. I'm just saying that I haven't seen it yet. And we've got the cream of the crop here, so
Let's see what happens. 464 feet is a long way to carry with the low ceiling that Holly was telling you about.
oh, that dropped really nice right under those limbs, but it doesn't have enough distance to really, I would call that a putt, really.
Yeah, that almost looked like more of a control shot from Paige than it was
I agree.
attacking for distance.
You're right.
There is a downhill that you can use to your advantage here if you get your disc on the right angle, but it's almost not quite worth it to go for it.
I feel like with the perfect HYZERFLIP and a late turning disc, that's kind of low, but it's not bad. She more or less has kind of hit the gap, and she'll have a little chip up into the green. It is better to make it through the gap, though, and more into the open sand area, so you can have a traditional upshot. I think this feels like a very fair par 3.
Yeah.
I really like this hole. Now that is tasty. It's not as long as I thought it was going to be, though.
Yeah, I don't mind a couple of borderline unreachable par 3s when you're looking at the shot that the hole is forcing you to throw. And this low ceiling really, it takes a lot of expected distance off of even the most talented players.
Oh, that's a bit offline. Is she going to sneak through it all?
And that looked like a pure distance shot from Catrina. She was trying to get down there.
I feel like she was, and I feel like she had the shot shaping to get there. Wish I could have seen that maybe tomorrow. So now she'll be throwing, it could be 3. Did she pitch out and we missed one?
Yeah, I think that is the case here. And look at that approach.
Buttery. So here's that shot Missy ended up with, which is just pretty good. She's got this skill in her bag. Ooh, that was the right angle for it, too.
This is another sandy green. You cannot bank on skips here.
I have just learned something from Madison Walker. Look at this. All right.
Grabs right next to the basket, and she's in the bullseye. Paige, you can see, her as one of the distance throwers in the field. She got down there far enough and not quite even into circle 2. There was only one competitor that made it into circle 2 today. I don't know who that is. I just know that only one competitor did. Thanks, Udis, for the awesome stats.
Get in there.
Yes.
Great putt.
That's some nice applause. A nice
there's
gallery, huh?
Significantly sized gallery following around the lead card, as well as the chase card yesterday. Great putt from Paige Pierce. Maybe Catrina's disc did land.
Did it get kicked back out to the middle? We just missed that. That was a really nice kick. If so,
Little par tapper inner for Kristin.
Check out the leaderboard. Let's see what's going on with everyone else.
Ooh, look at that. Cat Merch, Own, Valerie.
Yeah, Paige still holding strong on the lead. Everyone else really requiring an under par type of a situation to stay up in the top 10, but everyone's starting out a little bit slower than yesterday.
You're not sniffing the top 10 here if you're not under par.
Yeah, definitely. Hole 4, I really do like this hole so much. You have to throw over this hill and you want to land somewhere either between these two trees or down to the right side of the trees is fine as well. Your second shot is another distance shot to the green. There is some bushes on the left-hand side that you want to stay out of. They're pretty rough. And on the right-hand side, all the way down the whole fairway, there is a little creek. It is not out of bounds. It is casual, but you do not want to mess around in there.
No, and you see how low the water was in that creek? It's thirsty too, so don't go near it. It's drinking up the disc this weekend. A great bomber from Paige Pierce landing inbounds. She's covered a significant amount of distance with that shot.
Yeah, that's her Zeus. She pulls that disc out a lot for her distance shots. No surprise, Missy throwing her thrasher.
Great shot shaping from Missy Gannon. I love how she got the full flex out of the flight. Kristin kind of reminds me of Valerie Jenkins in a way that she can throw really low and also really far. I feel like personally I need height in my shot to get far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got that
That's
really linear distance that's all coming from a lot of core and power.
Very impressive skill.
Mm-hmm.
So Catrina going with the full distance shot. I like she sent it out left, like the disc go right, and then finish back at the end.
That was Katrina's Pro Line Torrent. I can't wait to learn more about DGA as we watch her on mini lead cards.
It's too low, but it's going to be in the fairway, which is, you know, can't be mad about that. But Missy knows she could have gotten it there for a putt at a 3. That's what I guarantee Katrina's trying to do here.
Definitely.
Hopefully that creek is not thirsty.
Oh.
Get out of there. Dude, I don't know what's up with that creek, but I am sick of it.
It snakes through the whole course looking for discs.
So Paige throws a great shot. This is kind of what I drew
Wow.
up in my mind's eye. Man, it doesn't get any better than that unless you throw it in.
That was a glow passion, getting that nice forward progression to right at the base of the pole.
Kristin looking to follow suit. Looks a bit high and left. Is it going to be a putt?
Yeah, maybe she got a little backboard action over there.
Yeah. Missy with a little finessed up. I like that. She'll have an easy drop in for par. No shame there. Well, everybody knows Kat is amazing at this throw. That'll do.
8 competitors in the field made their way into circle 2 on their second shot for birdie. We get to see.
Ooh, that was a good bid. I wanted her to get that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, great putt. It is so fun to watch Catrina and her putting right now because it is freaking good.
It's so confident.
And I'm
it's
into it.
The rhythm is there.
Solid putt from Missy Gannon.
And par feels good on this hole. I know everyone can reach the green, but par does feel good, and it does give you strokes on the field here.
Paige with a birdie and Kristin with a par.
Paige, one of only 2 birdies on this hole.
There's two components of making the HYZERFLIP. Throw it on a hyzer angle, this way. Finding the right disc is the most important part of it. That was a HYZERFLIP.
You see that, Mom?
Welcome back. Here we are on hole 5, 356 feet. When I get here, I'm thinking, I need this birdie. You know, I'm parking it in practice, and I really don't want anything less. A lot of people telling me they're satisfied with a 3, and that's fine. Y'all can be satisfied with a 3. But me, I'm looking for a birdie, and I'm kind of expecting the same out of this lead card. It requires some shot shaping, or you can be conservative and throw a mid here if you're just looking for a shorter middle play with not a strong finish.
The main thing you want to avoid, besides obviously an early tree, is hyzering out into the sticks on the left-hand side.
Dude,
They are brutal in there.
the sticks on the right-hand side, they're not friends either.
You don't want to turn something over. Oh, Missy might be
Missy
investigating.
going over there where we don't have friends.
Look how many there are. They're so skinny. There's so many. The mini and the skinny.
You get in there and you almost want to do a roller just to get out. That's how crowded it is.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this tasty shot.
Oh, my.
Get to the green.
Get out of here. Did that just go past the basket? It sure did.
That's good, y'all.
That's
That's what we're
real
looking
good.
for.
356 every bit on a line.
That's what we paid to see. That's too high. I bet she knew that as soon as it came out of her hand. This is a low ceiling and you have to shape it. I mean, it's just such a technical shot. I absolutely love this hole. No surprise, it's from the original Dogwood. And Kat doing another perfect upshot.
Does she even take her time on those? She doesn't even have to
She
think.
doesn't need to
No,
anymore.
she's like
She's
an
like
upshot
a robot with it.
Exactly.
Upshot robot. Catrina Allen. Paige doing a little jumper into the green. I love that approach. Sometimes I question the legality of the footing when you do the slow-mo, which doesn't work for ruling purposes, but a lot of people have tried to eliminate the jump putt and they're going to the step putt. So Missy from the sticks.
She filtered further through than I expected and
Yeah.
has less to contend with.
That was actually a bonus for her, and I felt like she could give it a legitimate bid, which she did.
Kristin has a lot to work with deep of the basket. I did not realize how rough it is because that's not something really that comes into play
No.
that often.
Exactly. Par putt for Paige Pierce. All 4 of those words started with a P. And Missy taps in for her par.
There was only 3 birdies on the day. Even though it is within reach, it is a tough shot, and a birdie feels great here. Valerie Mandahano, Stacey Ronsley, and Ella Hansen all finding that big old birdie.
What a rewarding birdie this is.
I think it is one of the most fun.
Agreed.
Speaking of another rewarding birdie, hole 6, you want to shape this shot down the middle of the fairway with a right hand finish, whether that be a sidearm or a backhand that late flips. It's your choice here. Your second shot, depending on where you land, you have a couple of options here. There's a gentle hyzer on the right hand side to the right of this big tree in the middle that will go alongside the creek, or there's this sharper hyzer from here that the drone is flying through, where you want your disc to check up a little bit more before it gets to this out of bounds creek that wraps around inside the circle. I really love this hole.
I love it more. So Paige pipes one right down the middle like I expected her to. That is a great position. She'll be set up for a look at the pin for a birdie 3.
I love Missy's focus face here.
She always does that exhale of a breath, then she executes the shot. Get around that.
This is not turning as much as you want, but really there are plenty of options up top there as well.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think she threw too far to where she's pinched off. She can still have a look at a 3 as well if she gets her upshot into the green. Kristin with a sidearm off the tee.
I was hoping.
She gets up there where Paige's disc is.
Yes, she's one of the few that
Did
can
y'all
execute
see
that.
that?
Yeah,
You should probably rewind it and watch it again.
it's so cool to see someone throwing and executing high distance down a tunnel.
And Catrina, she threw too high on another shot, and again this one, and it's just a game of inches out here for her right now. But you know what she's good at? These really technical up shots.
Yeah, birdie's not out of the question here yet.
No, it's not.
And she's gunning for it.
Sneak up there.
She catches a tree.
I mean, depending on where she's positioned, that could be a long putt at it, but
Yeah, she's in circle too.
it's that risk-reward scenario with that creek. Thank you comments right behind the basket. Pudge. Oh, my goodness. Paige. Oh, my goodness.
She.
I was trying to say fudge and Paige at the same time. Excuse me.
That nickname will not stick. I'm confident.
Paige and Missy get one up there. Now it'll be decision if they're going to go for it or not.
Kristin's so far down there after her sidearm drive. I'm in disbelief right now. And
Look at this.
And then follows it up with a perfect
I
backhand.
mean, that is delicious. Man, it's just making that look too easy. So Missy is going for a finessed upshot here. I wouldn't really say she's trying to throw it in by any means. You just want to land short. That's great.
That was a fierce that she pitched up to the green with.
And the same for Catrina, just a nice controlled approach.
And she used an SP Rift. I really am trying to learn these discs.
Oh, I feel like
y'all.
she's going for this. Look at her. She's already like...
She's
got
lined up.
The body stance.
Ooh,
Oh,
what a nice soft bid.
wasn't
too.
it though? And she put it so high and it just did that elevator drop. Par putt for Missy Gannon.
22% of the field getting birdies on this hole, and that's higher than I was expecting. One of those in the booth with us, Holly Finley.
2 days in a row.
Oh, that's a good one to get twice in a row.
It's a dogwood hole, y'all.
We love the dogwood in this commentary booth. Kristin with her tap-in birdie. And that,
Catrina with par.
that's the way to play the hole, the forehand, backhand. Love
Getting
that.
a birdie here is so rewarding. Let's check out hole 7. Oh man, is this a fun one. You see this little wiggly creek? It's all OB. You have to decide if you're going to take the straight route where the drone is flying. You can go the left Annie. You can go sidearm here. Really, the most important is to make it across the creek and inbounds. It'd be great if you could give yourself a look at a birdie too. It's only 300 feet, so this is the professional female division. I feel like we're trying to get a 2 here.
Yesterday we saw, I believe, all 4 competitors land safe on the green side. Let's see if we can make it again.
That came out early and not intended. That's not what she wanted at all.
I don't
Very
know if she
unfortunate.
went out of bounds.
I
Did
mean,
she
it
land?
might as well be. It's
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere.
It is. There's not a lot of options when you get over to the right side.
Ooh, so she put that Annie angle on it and it creeps over the creek. She'll have about a 45 footer.
That was her fierce. Missy chooses to attack this hole with the Mantis, which I believe is an understable mid. Or actually, it's
Got a sharp rim for a mid.
I think it's actually a fairway driver.
It looks
My
like
bad.
a fairway size. That's low and going right towards those trees. Come on, sneak.
Ooh, it got a good kick, safe.
Yeah, she lands on the short side, inbounds. That was lucky.
Can you believe it? There is on hole 6, the last hole, there was 22% of the field with birdies. This hole, only 7%.
Not surprising. That's offline as well. So you can see, even though this is the lead card, this is not an easy hole.
No.
I feel like most importantly, you want to hit the gap. And
It's
if you're
a
good at doing that, you should probably be shot shaping it and trying to get a 2.
It's the shortest hole in the course. It is also the smallest gap we have to hit all day.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I mean, look at this. Throwing a 2 through all of this. No.
Over and out of bounds creek that...
Is it in? I think it's in. Listen, my heart can't take all of these.
Kristin throwing 3, just trying to get a bogey here.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that looks great. Nice little standstill sidearm.
That putter must be in some kind of rubbery plastic, because when it hits the ground and it's not even sandy, that thing is just sticking.
That is her harp, and that is what those do.
Huh. So Missy pitches one up to the green. So Catrina now throwing 3. That could have been closer, but her putt is incredible right now, so
Paige with the only birdie look on the card.
it's a long one too. Paige from 50, maybe 45.
Ooh, love the angle. Oh,
Ooh!
yes. Let's watch the GK replay.
Circle 2 stats increased.
So straight.
So spinny.
Oh, yeah. Dead center on the pole.
Love to see it.
Missy eyeing up her just inside the circle putt.
Ooh,
Yes.
wow.
What a great par save.
I kind of wish that one had a replay as well.
There was 3 birdies on the day. Paige got 1. We got to watch it.
Nice. Comebacker.
Kat Murch and Holland Hanley also finding the 2s.
Kat sidearmed and got the birdie. I played on her card today.
I like watching Kat Murch's sidearm. She's fun player to watch.
And Kristin will tap in for her unfortunate bogey, as well as Catrina.
And such is the holes of the dogwood. You can always find a bogey here and there.
Dude, it giveth and it taketh.
Hole 8 is probably my favorite hole on the course. It's a par 5, but it is a little bit of a soft par 5. We can get to this basket in 3 fairly easily. You want to pitch a mid or a fairway driver as far as you can down this chute, and then your second shot is just dealing with wherever you land. There is this out of bounds creek that comes into play on your second shot, or maybe third, and then the basket is perched here on a little bit of a slopey green. The number and narrowness of gaps gets more as you get further down the fairway. There's one big one at first, and then it turns into a bazillion tiny ones, and you get to take your pick.
Yeah. Paige hits the main gap and makes it really far down the fairway. So the next shot will all depend on how she wants to attack it.
Ooh, yeah.
I like that. Hugging the right side, swinging through the main gap.
Missy throwing her challenger here. I mean, her thrasher here. I know she loves that disc, but...
And it ended up fairly left, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. But I feel like not so much left could give you a better look into the green as a 3.
Definitely.
Kristin was a bit offline with her throw, so she has stopped short and early. But a good way to look at it is it's a par 5, so you got a stroke to mess around with here. Ooh, that's a bit wide. Man, she threw that so hard with a high-speed driver, it looked like. got a really hard ricochet into the woods. So sidearm out, she'll be throwing 3 from that lie. And this is just, a bit of an unfortunate landing for Kristin. It's not out of bounds. It's just kind of annoying. So she'll be taking casual relief behind the disc, opting for a placement shot with a forehand turnover. She got a tree kick, but still, it's a par 5, and I wouldn't say she's in a bad position, really, as long as she's in bounds. From here, you can see Catrina has pulled out a putter. She's just hoping for a placement shot at this point. And, she's making forward progress. Take that positive bit of it. And you can see this wooded course has some teeth sometimes.
Especially these shots closer to the green. It can get tight.
So as you can see, Missy's drive did skip left, and I mentioned it sort of pinches you off and makes it kind of hard to get the 3. Now, she is not messing around with that high spike hyzer. Oh, no. Clips some twiggles and lands in the OB Creek. And that, again, is the risk-reward of this hole. She could have taken a putter like Cat and pitched up short of the creek and then pitched over. But
Paige will find the creek as well. It happens so easily. Trina looking for a gap where there really aren't any, but finds a way.
She made one. Mm-hmm. I call that world champ love. And the women are just sort of, chopping their way through the fairway at this point. Let's just hope they can all get pars and skate out of here. I want to skate away, dude, with pars.
We have reached the green. Missy lining up a jump putt. Not trying to mess around with any more throws.
What about that limb, though? Oh, I'm glad it snuck under that thing.
Kristin within reach.
Oh, man, we've seen her do that earlier in the round. She's just inches from getting those long ones. Oh, I loved that.
Wow.
It was like Cam Toddish with like a pop of the wrist.
So strong. And look at that reach back.
Man, her putt is so good right now. I love it.
There were 4 eagles.
Really?
On this hole today, yep. Kat Murch found it. I bet she worked a sidearm in. Vanessa Van Dyke in. Ella Hansen, who I know was in the eagle hunt all weekend. And Cynthia Ricciotti. Got 3s on this beast of a hole.
All right. So Paige does capture her par. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. Par kind of feels like you wasted a stroke on this hole.
It does.
I feel like a 4 feels good. A bogey is a slap in the face. So I'm sorry, Missy. I know you're better than that. Here we go, hole 9, 295. It's short, but it's uphill. It plays like 350. You can try to get there. Maybe give yourself a putt at a 2. Personally, I just like to stay somewhere in the middle so I can have an open look at the basket. I don't mind if it's 90 feet and in. A lot of times the shots, right hand, backhand, can drift left behind these corner sets of evergreens, and then,
There's not a lot to work with. You really want to avoid the left side early. There is nothing for you over there.
Paige, unfortunately, kicking that middle tree, so she'll have to scramble.
I like the play here that both of them are doing. Kind of having something turned over as you get through that gap by the tree and letting the disc finish out as it gets a little bit more open.
Kristin throwing her shot just mere inches off the ground, yet sneaks all the way up there for a putt.
Kristin throwing the musket on both of the last two more gap hitting type holes.
And that is going to that right evergreen area where you don't really want to be. Madison already told her that there's nothing over there for her.
You don't need to go look. You can trust me here. Missy,
Come on.
with that
And
thrasher
see, that
again.
is doing that thing where it fades left where the spotters hang out. So now she'll have a bit of scrambling to do as well.
Paige kind of poked through all those trees, but it did not do her many favors. She has a lot to contend with between her and the basket. But she finds a gap. Gets a little ground action too. You never know here.
That was a great upshot.
That was her Raptor.
Does Catrina have her shirt on backwards?
No, she's got a little decorative flare on the back of the collar.
Oh, is that what's going on? Mm-hmm. Okay. I need to take another look at that. Great upshot from Missy. She's right up there for an easy putt. Kristin for birdie. Oh,
This medium pure wants to find some chains. She's so close on these longer putts.
love it.
I mean, her putting's so solid today. So solid. There were a handful of birdies, 5 to be exact.
Who?
Not as many as I'd like.
You tell me right now.
Jessica Weiss, Holland Hanley, Crusher,
Crusher.
Chloe. She got the 2 on that as well. She's got a great backhand. Ella Hansen, we all know her as
Super
a crusher.
crusher.
And then Deanne Carey.
Diesel Deanne, let's get it, girl.
Yeah, Diesel. I wonder if it was a big throw-in. We'll look at the front 9. Compared to yesterday, it looks about the same. Not as much green as we'd like, but there are these birdies on the front 9 are very challenging. In reality, you just want to keep it clean, keep a lot of pars happening, and that's what we see from this lead card. The birdies that we're going to see are in the back, so we hope you guys will come back and hang out and check them out. Before we go, the leaderboard. Everyone hanging out right around par. Paige kind of running away with the lead at this point, but we have a windy day tomorrow and we still have a back 9. Hope you guys enjoyed the front 9. I'm Madison Walker.
Holly Finley, and we'll see you on the back 9.